Corners have got a new album coming out very shortly, so while we were here I spoke to Chris and Davey from the band to find out what they've been up to recently.
We first started gigging around about 1987. That's when What's in a Word came out. And I think since then we've noticed we get more and more people coming to the gigs and we sell more and more records. Like, Chris, who runs more the financial side of the label, could tell you how many records we sold like last year, which is quite a lot of records, really, considering we're so broke.
Yeah. I think we've made headway, but it's kind of slow and it's not reflected in the press or anything like that.
Well, that's what I was getting at, really.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, when you get a flurry of excitement about a certain band, like Brilliant Corners did get a flurry of excitement at first, and it seemed to sort of petered off in a way.
I think that's the thing about sort of fashionability. I mean, you almost have to be happening at the right time. And I suppose lots of other bands have had front pages of in the music press, and perhaps we have deserved it, but we haven't. But I think it's very much a fashion thing, especially in England. If you go abroad in Germany or America, it's not so aligned to what's happening at the moment.
You understand, it's dragging me around. My chronic caught my mortal face. She crossed it up to contemplate. She crossed it up to contemplate.
Well, we've had some songs which you could describe as wimpy, cute or whatever, simply because they're hummable and they're poppy. But we've always had abrasive guitars as well. I think the thing about maybe Sonic Youth and Dinosaur Jr., I mean, I really like those bands, but I think it's got to be remembered that Sonic Youth have been around, you know, before we even learnt how to play guitars. So maybe their sort of success is long overdue. So, I mean, I can't remember the exact first time I heard of Sonic Youth. It was probably about sort of 5 years ago. But, you know, maybe sort of 3 years ago, they were moaning that no one was writing about them.
Well, I think you can't really regret doing Brian Ricks, because as the video got shown on the TV and we did get so much attention, we did like increase our profile quite a lot. And, you know, more people came to the gigs. We sold like 3 times as many records just as a result of that.
Just you remind me of Brian Ricks. When you pull down your trousers, it sends me in fits. It's just you remind me of Brian Ricks. When you pull down your trousers, it sends me in fits. Well, that's cool.
On the other hand, you know, it's like a double-edged sword. We did, you know, we were lumbered with this kind of cheeky chappy image, which we're not cheeky at all, are we?
We're not even chappies like that.
Girlies.
I don't know, I just thought it was quite an adventurous thing to do, because no groups would ever contemplate releasing something like that. And I thought, well, this would be a bit kind of surreal. We'll release this sort of song. No one even knew who Ricks was at the time. Certainly no one under the age of 35 did. And like, we just thought it would be a witty idea, but of course, people just take that one fraction of what you do and blow it up, and all of a sudden that's all you're about. Well, certainly that's what all the major record companies wanted us to be about, which was why we had nothing to do with them. It's odd because there seems to be 2 sort of sets of people in Bristol. There's a load of people who obviously hate us, hate our very existence, and would spit on us if they saw us in the streets. And then there's a group of people who live out in the suburbs, very sort of people who aren't particularly into, you know, what's hip and happening or whatever. You almost see us as pop stars. So they buy you the Evening Post and they maybe read about you, or they've seen you on the telly. You know, and sort of where I come from, if I go in the local pub, you know, I have half of my dad's mates sort of saying, oh, when are you going to get on top of the pops? It's the old sort of thing like that, whereas other people would sort of kick us in the groin and hope we disappeared. So I don't mind. If people don't like us, I don't mind. Bristolians don't like us. I suppose in maybe 2 or 3 years' time, if the band doesn't exist, then we will disappear away and be completely sour and turn to alcohol or whatever. I don't know. We just will. So that'll be it. We'll be complete failures. Because I can't imagine getting a job. I couldn't possibly do that. I had a job once. It drove me around the bend. I had it for 5 years. Chemistry technician.
What do you